Good evening, dear sisters and brothers. Welcome to the evening session of Being Heartful Every Day with Swadhyaya. This week, our theme is Map of the Journey, and we have tried understanding how Babuji Maharaj Revelations gives us a sacred outline of the inner path. We had started reflecting on how knowing the structure of the journey builds humility, strengthens trust, and helps us appreciate the magnitude of the spiritual work taking place within. This evening, we go one step deeper into how this map is not merely a description of mystical realms, but a mirror of our own inner unfolding. It allows us to recognize where our tendencies arise from, how impressions shape our experience, and how every practice in heartfulness gently moves us toward the center. Babuji Maharaj explains that the journey inward is layered, structured, and profoundly scientific as well. The 23 circles are not distant cosmic locations. They correspond to conditions within the heart, and each circle represents a particular state of consciousness, a layer of refinement, a degree of nearness to simplicity and the source. Daji reminds us that the map is actually the story of our own becoming. When we meditate sincerely, subtle changes unfold inside, sometimes felt as peace, sometimes as clarity, sometimes as an unexplainable shift. And these are often movements across subtle pockets of consciousness within this map. Knowing that there is a map reassures that even when nothing seems to be happening, something is still progressing. The journey is precise, orderly, and divinely guided. It deepens our patience and softens our expectations. The inner journey is not separate from daily life. Every time we experience a sudden lightness after cleaning, a quiet, intuitive clarity, a softening of the ego, an unexpected dissolution of an old pattern, we are passing through subtle regions revealed by Babuji. The map helps us recognize that why certain phases feel expanded, why certain periods feel dull, and why emotions fluctuate, and why some meditations feel deep while others feel just simple and ordinary. Instead of judging these experiences, we begin to observe them with maturity and acceptance. We remember the journey is vast, subtle, and unfolding at its own divine rhythm. In heartfulness, the map only becomes meaningful because the master knows its pathways. Babuji said that the master travels inwardly on our behalf just as a guide would explore a mountain before leading other on the trail. Dear sisters and brothers, with this we move ahead in the session. And as we explore this sacred theme through this week, let us share the opportunity with others by inviting them to master classes and the BHED sessions. Every sincere invitation extends the map to another heart, allowing one more soul to begin the journey homeward. You'll find the additional reading material and videos of Revered Daji on this theme that you can easily access on the Heartfulness app, and they can be found under the Sunday 30th November tab. And we encourage you to please make use of this material, which is available to deepen our understanding of the theme. This evening, our reading will be from the Heartfulness Way, Book 2, and this is from the chapter A Map of the Journey, which is on page number 41. The text will not be displayed, so we invite everyone to please keep their copy beside them and engage directly. And with this, we'll now start the reading. A Map of the Journey. Daji, while talking about freedom, you touched upon the spiritual journey. Could you please describe that journey? Can you simplify it for our understanding? Babuji used a visual map of 23 concentric circles to depict the inner journey, which you will find described in more detail in the book Spiritual Anatomy. Each circle denotes a different stage we cross during the journey from the periphery to the center. They are not real circles, just as the lines of latitude and longitude on a map of the earth are not real lines. You can visualize them as the coverings or layers around the soul. In fact, there are actually an infinite number of such coverings. But for ease of understanding, Babuji grouped them into 23 circles within three regions: heart region, mind region, and central region. Now visualize the journey as starting from the outer ring and proceeding towards the center, crossing each circle to reach the new stage. As each layer is purified, the soul divests one more covering. Gradually, as it lightens its load, the soul emerges from within. We start the journey in the heart, the midpoint of the human system, the connector between body, mind, and soul. Within the heart, we learn to let go of our attachments to likes and dislikes, and we refine the various emotions we encounter in worldly life. These include desire based emotions like worry, envy, jealousy, resentment, sensuality, greed, guilt, shame, and contentment, restlessness and peace, anger and love, fear and courage, confusion and clarity. Our emotions are associated with the five chakras of the heart region, shown as the outer five circles in Babuji's map of 23 circles. Once we cross the fifth circle, we move to the mind region, where 11 circles depict the stage of refinement of the ego through seven chakras. The mind region starts with the cultivation of humility so that we may manage the flow of power and use it for universal peace and the welfare of all. We move from self focus to selfless, from me to we, from separateness to oneness. We let go of anything that has weight or force, choosing the lighter approach of acceptance and humility. We begin to enjoy a sense of freedom, peace, and settledness. We move to the next stage where our real attachment to the goal begins. Ultimately, the process of letting go is all a play of the ego, and we oscillate between yielding to God, the I yields, and dissolving in God, thou, for some time. During this period, we learn to balance self effort and effortlessness. Our original instinct to merge with God sits deep within our psyche. It keeps us orbiting the center, just as gravity keeps the earth orbiting the sun. We continue onwards. Peace is replaced by restlessness for God, which propels us on, and then we plunge into reality. But that also is not the end of the journey. Eventually, we come to a refined state where identicality is all that is left of the ego. Only God remains and we exist nominally. Dear sisters and brothers, we will take the pause and may the heart remain receptive as we try to understand the meaning of the words that we have just read. Let us now offer the universal prayer with love and sincerity. All brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे हैं और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है। May our inner path unfold with clarity and grace. May the sacred map guide our steps towards purity. Dear sisters and brothers, before resting tonight, reflect softly. Did I experience a moment of clarity, lightness, or refinement? And how does knowing that there is a map deepening my trust in the inner journey? And offer your reflections inwardly into the Master's heart. And before you sleep, take a few moments to offer the bedtime prayer with sincerity, acknowledging any shortcomings, repenting gently, and resolving not to repeat them. Dear sisters and brothers, thank you for joining this evening session, and we look forward to your presence for the morning session tomorrow, which is going to be at 6 a.m. Until then, wishing you all a very good rest and a good night. Thank you.